Hey, what's up guys? This is video number 2 and it's about my favorite subject that I help most of my clients with, and that's the self-love journey. How to begin one and how to sustain that self-love journey through all the trials and through everything that's going to happen once you make that decision for yourself. So before we start this video, I just want to remind you guys, subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment at the end of this video, like it, and turn on the notifications and follow me on all social medias at Life Coach Jesse. All right, so the self-love journey is my favorite because I personally had to start one, and it starts with a decision to take care of the most important person in your life. And I'm pretty sure that you guys know who I'm referring to. That person is you. See, it starts with a decision where enough is enough. I don't know how many people could relate, but if you're a giver, like I am a giver, you're always dishing out, and you're never truly dishing out to yourself. If that is you, this video is for you, and maybe you should consider reaching out to me and having a one-on-one conversation over the phone or in person. So I used to be the person who puts family, friends, organizations, relationships, anything before me, and I would always take care of my needs last. And whenever I took care of my needs last, I always ended up with the shorter end of the stick, how they say, right? And whatever that was left was never enough for me, because somewhere along the lines I got wired to think that prioritizing my happiness, prioritizing what I wanted to do was selfish, but with the negative connotation to it, where it's like, hey, being selfish means that you don't care about me, the other person, right? Speaking, you don't care about me. It's always about you. And be very careful to who is telling you that. Sometimes it might be correct that, hey, you're being selfish and you're not being mindful. Maybe that's the correct word, right? You're not being mindful of the other person that's involved, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a business, whatever it may be. You might not be being mindful, right? Let me fix this tie up a little bit. There it is. It's perfect. But most of the time, I can guarantee you that they're actually wrong. And remember, it's not about you. It's about the other person. So don't take it personal when somebody's communicating to you like, hey, it's always about you. It's never about me. No, it's something is going on in their life where they feel the need that they need you in order for them to be happy. And that's like a codependency issue I'll talk in another video. This one's all about self-love. So you got to love yourself enough to also be surrounded with quality people. See, on my notes, I wrote here that how many of you guys have been in shitty relationships where, let me explain something first. Shitty relationships, right? But there's 4 types of relationships. There's a lose-lose, where neither of you guys are happy, but you guys are still in it. That's a lose-lose. Like, what's the point of being together if you guys know that the love is over? Then there's a win-lose, where you're always winning, but the other person is always unhappy, because we're prioritizing whatever you want, because you're the spoiled one, because this relationship revolves around you. And if that is you, I want to invite you to take time to meditate and be like, you know what, I've been a selfish person. Chances are I might have been a jerk or a douchebag, right? Or whatever, if you're a female, right? This is mainly guys, and a lot of guys go through this, so I'm talking to the guys out here for this one. And you get to apologize to either the woman or to some of your friends. And also, the other relationship is a lose-win, where you're the one that's losing and the other person is always winning. So pretty much we reverse it. You're the person that's actually being the victim, and the victim with rights. Like somebody's abusing you, you're just like being taken for granted. And I don't know about you guys, it's very, very like gut-checking feeling when you feel taken granted for, and what you do after that determines who you are and how much you value yourself. So that's a lose-win. The other one is a win-win, where everybody's winning and everybody's happy. So this is the one that I help people get to, either in relationships, in business, or with themselves, one-on-one. And a win-win relationship requires compromise. because everybody's different. I want you to understand this. Everybody's different, and what I want might be different from what my significant other wants. It might be different from what my business partner is thinking. But we get to collaborate and compromise. Like, hey, this is what I want. This is what you want. How can we meet in the middle? Because look, it's like a scale, right? If we go too much what I want, then we tip it over here. And if we go too much with what you want, we tip it over here. We got to meet in the middle. And I love to surround myself with people where I don't have to talk about this. We just naturally are mindful of the other person's needs and wants. So the self-love journey that I help people with normally is people that, and 85% of my clients are women, and one of the reasons why it's women is because just women tend to open up naturally, and whenever they know, hey, something is not right with me, I'm not happy, so they're going to speak out on it, when most men were wired to like, hey, deal with it and tough it out and just numb it down. But that doesn't work. As a man, I can tell you that, hey, you got to address all your problems before they grow and they get bigger. So with the self-love, most of my clients are women, like I mentioned, and getting out of a relationship is tough, and starting over is tough. No one likes to invest all their energy and time and create this reality in your mind that, hey, this is a person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And you're in it 1 year, maybe you're in it 2 years, maybe you're in it 10 years, maybe you're in it 25 years, and you have kids and stuff. And now that it's over, you're like, wow, like what happened? And then all this guilt may start coming in where you start overanalyzing things, and you're like, well, what did I do wrong to get to this place? And what could I have done extra? And I invite you to it's okay for you to have those thoughts, but don't stick in that mindset, because you're only creating more problems that don't need to be there. And you got to love yourself enough, everything about you. One of the things that I help people do is accept the mindset that, hey, everything is perfect and we're perfectly imperfect. And you just got to love yourself for everything that makes you you. For instance, for me, my charisma, my ability to just care for other people, to be a good friend, to always support anybody whenever I can, whether it's financially, whether it's with my time, whether it's, hey, just somebody to listen to. I love myself for that. And I've also grown to love the things where it's like, man, I wish I wasn't like this. Like, for instance, overthinking. I used to be an overthinker up until I started like applying everything I learned, and then I read this one good book that if you're interested in, I'll share it later with you one-on-one. And I realized that, hey, the fact that I'm an overthinker is a good and it's a bad thing. Why is it a good thing? It's a good thing because I can solve problems. The bad thing, and where I've gotten good at, is by overthinking I create more problems to solve. It can't just be as is. I always need something. My mind always needs to be wired to fix things. And if everything is perfect, then I'm going to start overthinking and creating more problems. And you see that it's a never-ending cycle. And I've learned to accept peaceful times, and I've learned to accept troubled times. So I'm in a good one. And the self-love journey, you cannot start it without knowing who you are. You cannot start it without realizing what it is that you need to give up. Whether you need to give up your old ways, your old habits, certain relationships, certain thoughts and ideas that you used to have. Once you truly detach yourself from that, right, it's almost like being naked. Or for most of us, it's almost like not having your phone. All of a sudden, like, you're checking your pocket and you don't have your phone, but it's just a habit of always wanting to check your phone, right, for most of us. And that's pretty much what it is. I help all my clients get rid of all these ideas, everything, and then I just talk to them, the human being, and I help them discover who they are, and I hold them accountable to that. And life coaching is not advice. I want you guys to know that. And it's not therapy. So if you need a therapist, you go to a therapist. But if you're ready to have a breakthrough life moment, kind of like a altar call, right? Where you just know, like, okay, it's my time to take action. It's my time to do something with my life, because my life is no longer working, not loving myself. You know what? I want to start loving myself. I just don't know how, because I don't even know who I am. And I'm just scared to make certain decisions in my life of change where I'm not going to please some people or the close people around me, hey, I want you to know that everything will be okay. And at the end of the day, you deserve to be happy. At the end of the day, you deserve the love that you give to everybody else. You deserve to receive that, but most importantly, you deserve to receive that first, and you deserve to prioritize your happiness first. So that's what I do for all my clients. Again, 85% of them, I would say they're women. But if you're a guy and you're watching this and you're ready to start the self-love journey, you hit me up. Another thing also that just triggered me, if you're having suicidal thoughts, if you're having if you're going through depression or loneliness, reach out to somebody. Somebody is always there willing to listen to you, and you're not alone. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And if you want to talk to me about something that you're going on your personal life, where you're just truly not happy, you're frustrated, you're just like ready to let go and move on, reach out to me also. That's what I'm here for, you guys. I value my time and I value yours. I'm not going to work for free, obviously, for like 1 hour calls like I used to. Like we'll set up a time that we think is fair, and then from there you get to see the value in having me in your life, and vice versa. Do I want to work with you? It has to be mutual. Just like anything, you have a say, I have a say, and like I said at the beginning of the video, compromise. We got to meet in the middle. Like, okay, we're ready. We're one. We could work with each other. I could see you. So why would you want to work with me through this journey of self-love or through other areas of life? If you need somebody who's always positive, I would say 99% of the time I'm a positive guy. Somebody who's not going to judge you, somebody who's not going to be your parent as far as like, no, you got to do it this way because this is the way everybody else is operating. No, I like to listen to my people. I like to listen to the client and see where they're at. And everybody's journey is different. And what I like about what I do with my clients is the following. It's the fact that it's not textbook. See, a lot of times people are labeled based. I could have 6 single, in this hand, 5 single women that are all single moms, right? That all of them got out of a relationship, but not all of them are going to be the same. And what I tell one person is not going to be the same as what I tell the other person, and how this person acts is different from this one and this one and this one and this one, And that's the thing that I don't know if you could relate. It's kind of tough when somebody's just judging you or talking to you as if you're just another one, and they're not truly listening to who you are as a person, as a human, and like first, like, how did you grow up? What are some of the things that you struggle with? And how does that affect your decision making and where you stand right now? Everybody's journey is different, and you got to respect everybody's journey. I'm not gonna push somebody on my agenda on what I think is like, hey, you should be at this level, because I don't do that to myself, and I don't surround myself with people that do that for me. Hey, we're all different. We all struggle with different battles. I promise you. And let's see, what else did I write here on my journal? Okay, so one of the things, again, being mindful. You got to be mindful and listen to your body, guys. If you're not happy, if you're tired of being tired and you're continuously to show up to work, I get it. You got to make that money. But look, what I've learned through my experience and through practicing is that alignment before the hustle is always the best way to go. What do I mean? You got to be a sound mind peace right here, and with your mind, with your spirit, with your body. Once you're aligned with your purpose and who you are, which I'll help you discover that, everything else falls into place. But when this is not aligned and you just start hustling, yes, you will get results based off the work, but you're going to burn out. And the number one thing that you have in this life to value and to cherish is your health. And health before wealth, okay? What's the point of having all the wealth if you don't have no health? If you're going to die, if you're burning out, if you're just showing up. And that's not a good place to be, man. Trust. Let's get aligned first with our purpose. Let's get aligned with self-love, with loving ourselves, with respecting ourselves, with just taking care of ourselves before we burn ourselves out. Because I guarantee you, once you have your purpose in life, once you know who you are, dude, it's like you have unlimited energy where you just don't get burned out. You just keep on showing up and keep showing up and keep showing up and keep at it, because it started with you. You loved yourself enough to take care of you. That now that you love yourself so much, hey, anything you do just comes easy. And let me tell you something. There's difference between being like, I'd rather be healed and whole and complete in the inside, because now life is like manifesting itself. Everything is working out good. Thanks to God. I'm in a good place, and now I could just address all the issues that are coming by like it's nothing. Yeah, sometimes they do fatigue me, but then I have my personal sacred circle that I talk to, and then I'm good. Rather than being broken on the inside, and no matter what you do, no matter what you accomplish, it'll never take care of the emptiness, this void that you have in here, that no matter what, all the money that you're making, it doesn't make you happy. All the relationships that you have, it doesn't make you happy. Like, you're just not a happy person. And that's what I thrive on. Helping people happy, getting themselves to love themselves, and genuinely you're just going to fall in love with yourself for the first time or all over again. And let's see, what else did I write here? Every time. Okay, cool. And another one, self-love. You gotta love yourself enough to walk away from certain relationships. I guarantee you that, from my personal experience, because I've done it for the last 4 years nonstop, but the number one thing that I do now, since my last relationship, is that I always develop a friendship where we're able to talk and meet in the middle. So when it's time to end it, hey, we both walk peacefully. We don't have no grudge against each other. If there's some level of frustration or feedback, we give it out to each other from a loving place, and we can still be friends, you know? So the self-love, I love myself enough to walk from certain business relationships, from certain friendships that maybe we were friends for years, but it's time for me to either put that relationship on timeout or walking away. Because instantly when I let go of something or of someone, right? Boom, the universe, God, whatever it is that you believe in, I'm going to say God, the universe, it blesses me with, boom, a better and healthier relationship that matches my standard. See, the audio has to match the visual in the movie. Have you ever seen a video where like the video and the audio, the visual, they don't match? And it's like, it's tough to watch the people speak because it's just like, it doesn't match. Same thing in your life. Make sure that whatever it is that you want and that you're saying that you want to accomplish, that the visual matches. So if you truly love yourself enough to walk away, stop dwelling in shitty relationships, excuse my language, right? Walk away, and I guarantee you that the universe is going to bless you with something way better that matches the same wavelength, that matches the same frequency that you're at committing. See, everything that's manifesting in your life is just a reflection of how you value yourself. Who you date is a reflection of how you value yourself. So if you're in a shitty relationship where somebody is lying to you or somebody is cheating on you, well, and don't take this the wrong way, it's just that you don't value yourself enough to walk away, and you're tolerating that. Sometimes it's because you're a codependency issue. Sometimes it's because it's a nurture where you're just so used to tolerating things, and you're wired to like, hey, it's my fault. And if I do this, maybe they'll change. And if I do this, maybe it'll work out. And you're just constantly the one that is like boom, 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 investing into a relationship that, hey, it's not you. You gotta walk away. It's the other person. And I'll end this video with the following. What's the success ratio for a relationship? And I heard this from somebody. You could argue it's okay, but I've learned to practice it. So what's the best ratio? Is it 50-50? Hey, I give my 50, you give your 50? No, because now we're giving with an expectation. Is it 51-49? Somebody always has to give slightly more than the other person to make it work? No, that's lose-win. You know, it's like you're always giving a little bit more to make it work. Or is it where the other person is giving 51 and you're giving 49 and the other person's in charge? No, that's not the case. It's a 80-20. Hey, somebody always has to be the way dominant one and the other person has to do the less. No, it's 100-0, where you give 100% expecting 0 because you love that person so much. And it could fall down to your career because you love your job so much, because you love your business so much. You give everything you have because you love it so much, and you expect 0 in return. Do not build a relationship with expectation. You're always going to end up getting hurt eventually, you know, unless it's a business partnership, unless it's like hey, we're going to write it in contract. Like, hey, this is all the things that I want if we're going to be together. And then what are the things that you want? Okay, well, we signed it and it's a contract. That's a transactional relationship. I don't deal with those. I've never had one of those. Everything is all about, hey, I love you so much that I want to be with you. hey, I love you so much and I think that we're a perfect fit, that I want to do business with you, and so on. So remember, guys, subscribe to the channel. This is my second video, the self-love. I'm gonna go back and do like a second part to it later on with all the feedback that you guys give me or send me privately, so I could touch up on certain subjects, because the self-love journey is just different for everybody, and it could be in different areas of life. So remember, Carpe Diem, seize the day. Subscribe to the channel, like it, comment, share it, turn on the notifications, and then follow me on all social media at Life Coach Jesse on Instagram, at Life Coach Jesse _ on Twitter, and then on LinkedIn at Life Coach Jesse, and then my website at Life Coach Jesse. And if you want to have a 10-minute call with me just to talk about if we're a good fit, or something that I said either triggered you in the wrong way, or something that I said really impacted you and touched you, I greatly appreciate it. Message me. Let's set up a time to talk. And if you're just ready to get started with your journey, whether it's for 1 month that you want me in your life, 3 months, 6 months, a year, or possibly a lifetime, we'll see. Message me to see if we're a perfect fit and if we could meet in the middle. Love you guys. Take care.